What is going on, everyone? This is Anything Gaming, and today I'm here with the Chat Pad.
Hello, my fellow Halo fans.
And today we're going to be talking about our hopes for Halo 6. So we're both going to talk about two things we want, one thing both of us want, two things we each want again, and then one big one at the end that we will rant about for probably a long time.
Indeed. A lot of ranting on that.
Alright, so the first thing I want for Halo 6 is interactive maps. Halo 3, Halo 2 and Halo 3 had so many cool maps that you could change the setting of the map, or not the setting, but you could change the actual map. So, for example, in, what was it called? Is that Zanzibar?
Zanzibar. Mm-hmm.
Alright, so either in Halo 2 or Halo 3, you could drop a little thing, extend a bridge. You could lower a gate to allow, more of the map open to vehicles. Just a really cool idea that they got rid of in Halo Reach and Halo 4. And they brought back a little bit in Halo 5, but I want maps where you can do a lot more interactive features. So yeah, that's one thing I definitely want. And Halo 5, a lot of people didn't like the map variation. There wasn't a lot of it. So we need more maps that come standard in the game, so you don't have to buy them. Yeah, so that's one thing.
Mm-hmm. They shouldn't just be trying to make a lot of money off that. They should be trying to actually have a lot of variation and interesting maps available because, a lot of people don't have the extra money to spend. They need to have a lot of interesting features there.
Mm-hmm.
And with more interactivity, it's going to make the maps more real feeling, right?
And different strategies can be used for different interactive features.
Yeah, more strategizing because
so
that's one of the
your
biggest
opponent more.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest features of Halo in gameplay in the entire series is how much strategy you have to have in game.
Especially with like clans and stuff, you hear them.
They strategize. They figure out the best ways to use maps. That's a really cool thing. So they need to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
So one thing I would really like to see is them not trying to cram as many new features as they can into the new games, but to simply try to polish up what they already have, make it work better.
Definitely.
Instead of like all these brand new weapons, all these brand new, like every game is going to be a brand new set of things to get used to. We're already getting used to a certain number of different kinds of maps, different kinds of vehicles, different kinds of weapons. They just need to make it work better. Polish up the workings, the mechanisms that they have set up in place, so that we can keep strategizing in a way that like we were just talking about strategizing, so we can keep strategizing and making the gameplay more interesting and just making the most out of what they already have there. Now, I'm not saying keep with all the same things, but maybe like use the same things in a new, novel way, right? So stuff like that. Not trying to. Don't do the Pokemon route. Like make 150 Pokemon each time. Maybe just make like
new Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe just like 50 Pokemon, like you were telling me earlier. William, like just maybe 50 Pokemon, but just try to make them the best that they can be, right? So that's what I'd like to see with Halo. Is more of that attitude about.
Yeah, they've been doing, especially in past Halo games with maps. I went on and I was trying to find every single interactive map in Halo for a video I'm going to be doing coming up. And I ended up realizing that a lot of the maps I got used to on Halo Reach and Halo 3 were just remakes of Halo 2 maps. And it was really interesting to find that out because I didn't know that a lot. So, go back and polish up what you got and make it good and reuse features from past games because they were obviously working really good. That's going to be coming up in the last one, definitely. Alright, so stuff we both wanted to see was more Chief.
More Chief.
Oh my word.
Master
Halo
Chief.
5 only got 3 playable levels as the Chief. And I don't want to hunt my hero. It's like, if you had a hero and your task in the game was to kill him, I don't want to do this.
It's kind of dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of dark.
It's like, I don't want to hunt him. No thanks. So, yeah, definitely more Chief. No, I don't want to do this crap where you play as a different character. The Arbiter was different. They did that in a good way that only Bungie, I feel like, can pull off. But
it was half and half. It wasn't all just one-sided, yeah.
Yeah, and you got to play together and stuff in Halo 3. So do that in Halo 5 where you just don't have dedicated stuff. So do one where maybe like the Arbiter in Halo, Arbiter and Chief in Halo 3 where if you have another player, you can play as them. So you do co-op in Halo 5, or Halo 6 that we're talking about. You play as the Chief all the time, but if you have a friend that comes over, they play as Locke, or somebody where you're both going towards a goal, but you're
Mm-hmm.
not going against somebody into a completely new level.
It feels even more interactive in that way. It's more real. You can
Mhm.
actually take these characters and then have an interesting interaction by playing the two characters together. And like it'd be a really cool thing to see. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then something I want to see, like, please, is armor abilities and Spartan abilities. In Halo 4, I feel like they pulled this off perfect, where they had your armor ability and then the subclass almost of armor abilities or Spartan abilities, whatever you want to call them, where you could have a jetpack and then mobility, or a jetpack and dexterity, where you had almost two armor abilities, one armor and one Spartan ability. So I don't like in Halo 5 that they completely took away armor abilities, and they need to give that back to us. And they need to pull it off exactly how they did in Halo 4, where you can customize your Spartan to have one and then another one. Because a deeper strategizing, once again, into the game, where you can be like, oh, this map, it's open, I need a jetpack and mobility because I'm going to be doing a lot of running around. Or a close quarters map, oh, I'm going to need Promethean Vision and Promethean Vision and like dexterity, so I can switch between shotguns and far weapons more quickly. So definitely, that's a feature that I would like to see. Armor abilities coming back, and like how they did it in Halo 4.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Okay, so one point that I had here that I really wanted to see is to get a deeper look into the Covenant as an entity, as an organization. We've gotten quite a bit already, but it's straying away from that a lot now, and I kind of want them to get back the storyline back geared towards what is left, how it's functioning, maybe have some flashbacks into the past of how the Covenant formed in-game. We know from the books, we know a little bit from in-game of how the Covenant formed, what it's all about, but I kind of want a deeper look into its past and its current state, and we can see, the ragtag groups of rebel Covenant soldiers that left. We can see more of that, how that's going, what's going on with that, and what's going on with the actual Covenant group that's still left, and just kind of see more of that situation, because it's going to kind of tie it back to the original Halo games. It'll make a really great connection back to those if we can see now the state of what Master Chief started back then, that he fought and set into motion.
Yeah, with the Covenant Separatists that left in Halo 3.
Separatists.
Show us the people that are left. We've encountered them, I think, in Halo 5 a little bit. But I want some Separatist versus... this is, going off on a different... maybe give us a game, totally out of left field here, but, give us a game where we fight as the Separatist versus the Covenant. So you play as an elite, or maybe, a heretic or something. I love the heretics so much, but give us
Cool.
something
cool.
where we at least see the Covenant versus the Separatists and how that ended up happening. We know how it happened. They found out that it was all lies to give the prophets power.
Need a better understanding of all that.
Yeah.
We want to see it firsthand, kind of unfold, right? I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah. All right. So our last thing and the biggest thing that
Can we
both
say it
of
together?
us
Can we
want
say it together really
so
loudly?
bad. All right.
1, 2, 3.
Dual wielding!
Yes.
Oh, give it back.
Please
Give it back.
save the
343.
dual wielding.
We want it.
It was so cool.
It was so amazing. And like I said in Week of Halo, throwback to the Christmas podcast, Halo 3 almost did it. They did it the best because they got rid of the overpowered aspects, got rid of the needlers where you could just fire one and hold the other, and
They weren't as overpowered as they were in Halo 2.
Yeah, and you couldn't even dual wield them in Halo 3.
Oh, that's true. That's right. And they still weren't that overpowered, right? Yeah, you couldn't dual wield them. Yeah.
Yeah, so we really want that back. And a little theory I have that I said this once again in Week of Halo is in Halo Reach, I think that they were originally going to have dual wielding. Because I don't know if this is an aspect, but it's just a theory. Is if you go on Firefight, in some modes you can see elites that dual wield even human weapons. So definitely the animation was there. I don't know why they didn't incorporate it. Maybe armor abilities took it overpowered. I mean, I don't know. But that's a really cool idea that made the Halo brand unique from definitely other brands. And I would really want to see that back.
It added a whole new level of strategizing as well. You know, that's what I was talking about earlier, is ways to strategize, and that just makes the game more interesting. It puts more power to the players and how they play the game. You give them more control, give them more variability in their play style, and that's where it really finds its wings, so to speak, as a game. Is that Halo has allowed players' imagination in how they play. It's piqued their interest in how could I hone my playing style. That's a really good thing. So add more ways to strategize in general, but dual wielding is one of those things that they could definitely bring back. That'll help that out
what
a
I
lot.
like to do in Halo 3 was just get a plasma. Oh my word! What's that? A plasma pistol?
Right? Yeah, take down their shields.
Hold that down with a mauler, so you could just shoot down their shields and then fire the maulers.
Yeah.
Really cool strategizing feature. So give us more ways to strategize.
Yeah, man. Make it interesting. Keep it interesting, but don't make it too complex at the same time. Right?
All right. So we want to thank you guys for watching. We had a fun time making this video, and we hope you had a fun time listening and watching to us. Make sure to check out the Chad Pads channel. He's going to try and get back into YouTube a little bit. Link to his channel in the description.
Guitar covers. Hey, rock on, y'all.
Yeah. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.